How's it going, guys? This is Cody, and this is the first video that I'm doing in my new movie collecting discussion series. As I said in the introduction video that I posted last night, basically the series is going to be me talking about certain subjects or certain topics that I'm seeing in the movie collecting community. And like I said, some of these are going to be negative things that I see in the community, positive things. Anything that I see that I want to give my personal opinion on, I want to do that. And for my first video, I'm going to be talking about something that I've been seeing. I've been seeing it more recently now than I have in the past, and it's something that I've been seeing a lot lately, and I see it as a problem in the movie collecting community. Now, as you guys know, I love collecting all different types of formats. You know, I love collecting Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, and I've even started to collect Laserdiscs. Well, I've started to notice that there are some people that are, they're very strongly about certain formats that they collect. And I also know that there are people that just collect one format. You know, like I know some people who just collect Blu-ray. I know some people who just collect DVD, and some people who just collect VHS. Well, I think that's fine. You know, if there's a certain format that you connect to, and it's a certain format that you enjoy, then I say go for it. Collect any type of format that you want. However, I think that it's wrong for one person who collects a certain format to tell another person that the format that they collect is wrong and that they should stop collecting it. Now, I'll give you guys an example. I'm in several movie collecting Facebook groups, and in one group, I'm not going to say its name, but in one group I've been seeing several posts that are kind of like this, but there was one post that I saw that kind of irritated me. Basically, I can't remember exactly what the post was, I couldn't remember everything that it said, but the post was basically a meme, and somebody posted above it. And basically what the post says was, it's 2015 now, and everyone should stop buying DVDs and stop buying VHS and just collect Blu-ray. And it irritated me because I was thinking, what gives this person a right to say what format a person should collect? Now, like I said in the comment that I left on it, I understand that yes, Blu-rays are one of the best formats to watch films. I know what Blu-rays do. You know, I know that they're a lot more capable what they're capable of doing. But I find it pretty rude that this person would post this and say, every other format, you should stop collecting every other format and just collect Blu-ray. Now, I know that I might sound as if I might sound as if I'm signaling out Blu-ray collectors, and I'm really not. I actually see this in a lot of other, I see this in other collectors as well. I've seen, DVD collectors, say that people who collect VHS shouldn't collect VHS because they consider it to be obsolete, which I'll get to that in a second. But I just think that it's wrong for someone to be rude to somebody and say, oh, you shouldn't collect that format because it's obsolete and, Blu-ray is the best. Or, if somebody who collects VHS, I've seen DVD collectors say the same thing to them. And, like I said, I understand that, yes, Blu-ray is considered, one of the most popular formats, but there's a lot of people that grew up collecting DVDs and a lot of people that grew up collecting VHS, and they're not just going to stop collecting that format. It's a format that they enjoy. And I've seen people post in this particular group, like I said, I'm not saying the group's name, but I've seen people post photos of them. Basically the group is, you post photos of your movie collection. And I've seen people post pictures of, let's say somebody posts a picture of VHSs that they just picked up. I've actually seen people comment on these posts, and all they say is, waste of money. And to me, this makes me think, what gives this person the right to tell someone what they should and should not spend their money on? if it's something that they enjoy collecting and it's something that they like and that they are willing to spend money on, then who is it to tell them that that's wrong? You know, I feel very strongly about this subject because I do feel as if this is something that is, I feel like that this is something that is, I feel like it's causing a, I guess you could say a gap in the movie collecting community. It's dividing. Dividing is the word that I'm looking for. I feel like it divides the movie collecting community. Because I've always looked at this community as a group of people, you know, a very, very, very large group of people who just love cinema. And it doesn't matter what format they enjoy collecting, whether it's DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, Laserdisc, CD, you know, if you like collecting 8mm, you know, it does not matter. I've always seen the collecting community as a very accepting community, you know, and not just by a certain format. I've seen people who are going through certain things in their lives that the community, they turn to the community because it's something that they love, and they feel as if that they can talk to that community. And for the most part, I've seen this community as very accepting. Just give an example. There's a couple of movie collectors that I've seen that have recently come out as being gay or being bisexual or, you know, what have you, and people in the community have accepted them. And that's what I love about this community. I think that the movie collecting community is a very accepting and very supportive community. So when I see something like this happen, and I see people arguing about what format they should collect, I hate it because I know it's something that's hurting the community. You know, I guess I'll get back to the I want to go and talk a bit about VHS collecting and of how that, what should I say? Oh, back to my thing about someone posting a photo of them showing off their VHSs and someone writing waste of money. Now, I know I said that, you know, who is it for that person to tell them they should not spend money on it? But something else that I want to say is I feel as if seeing posts like this can actually turn somebody off from collecting. And here's, like, I'll give you an example. Let's just say that there's a very young movie collector. Let's say my dog is walking upstairs. Let's just say that there's a very young movie collector. He's 9 or he's 10 years old. And, you know, since he's so young, he most likely grew up with DVD. That was probably the format that was big when he was younger. So, of course, he or she would have been collecting DVDs. Well, of course, they want to move on and start collecting Blu-rays because that's the next best thing, you know, compared to DVD. So they start collecting Blu-ray. Well, let's just say that they see somebody post a photo of them with a VHS or something, and they think, huh, you know what? I didn't grow up in that time when VHSs were big, but I understand how they're important to people. And I go to Goodwill and I see a ton of VHSs I like to pick up. Maybe I'll start buying them. So that, you know, collector starts buying VHSs. Well, let's just say if they post a photo showing off a VHS and somebody writes, waste of money, you shouldn't collect that because it's obsolete. Now that person that posted that comment might turn that person off from collecting, because when you're younger, you want to be accepted, and I think that you look at you know, older adults, like I said, this person's young, you know, they, like I said, they could be 9, 10, 11 years old, and they look at somebody in their 20s, and they look at what they collect, and they think, well, if they're collecting that, then maybe I should too. And I know that, you know, collectors, they should be, I know that, you know, if you're younger, then you should collect whatever you choose to collect, but you know, when you're younger, you're influenced by what you see around you. So if you see somebody, you know, collecting Blu-rays and collecting VHS and you think, oh, that looks cool, I'll start collecting that too because I like that format and I want to get into collecting new formats other than just the format that I've been collecting. Well, let's just say that if someone posts that comment that says, don't collect that format, it's a waste of money, well, then that person's going to think, oh, I guess I shouldn't collect VHS. Or I shouldn't collect Betamax because I'm being told by an older collector that it's wrong and that it's a waste of money. You know? And I think that like I said, I think you can, seeing comments like that or seeing posts is going to could turn somebody off from collecting a certain format, and then they won't ever be able to really experience that format and get introduced to it and enjoy it for what it is, you know? And I know a lot of people will say, well, VHSs are considered the obsolete format. Well, I'll say two things about that. First off, I will say that they said the same thing about vinyl records. And as you can see, there's still vinyl records. You know, there's a lot of, you know, bands that are releasing their albums on vinyl because it's still something that people love to collect. Same thing with VHS. Now I know that VHS, you can't go to like a Walmart or a Best Buy or whatever and get VHS, but there are a lot of companies that will still release movies on VHS. So even though VHS may be considered obsolete to the people that collect it, it's not to them. And there is a huge fan base of people who just collect VHS. There's a huge VHS collecting community. If you watch documentaries like Adjust Your Tracking, The Untold Story of the VHS Collector, or Rewind This, you will see that there's a very vibrant and there's a massive community of people who just enjoy collecting VHS, and it's both older people who grew up with it and younger people who just discovered it. So obsolete, I would say no. If you want to talk about obsolete formats, I guess you could say Laserdisc or Betamax would be considered obsolete, but there's also a huge community of people who just collect that. And I think that if there's a younger collector who's just getting into that, they could be turned off by collecting a certain format because of these comments that say, don't collect that, it's obsolete and it's a waste of your money. You know, and I think that's wrong. I don't think people should say stuff like that. Also, now, this is kind of just my own personal opinion, but I think that people who just collect one certain format is limiting themselves. And let me explain. For people who just collect Blu-ray and they just want to watch movies on Blu-ray and then that's it, I think that they're limiting themselves because there are a lot of movies that have yet to be released on Blu-ray. There's even a lot of movies that have yet to be released on DVD. So for that, I have to ask, if you only collect Blu-ray, are you gonna, you know, you won't be able to watch a certain movie because it's not on the format you enjoy, you know? I mean, unless you want to watch online, you know, but I think people who just collect one format are limiting themselves because there's a lot of movies that have yet to be released on Blu-ray. There's even a lot of movies that have yet to be released on DVD. They're still on VHS, you know? I mean, some of my favorite movies have yet to be released on Blu-ray, and they're on VHS, and the DVDs, you know, they've been released on DVD, but they may be out of print. So, you know, I mean, like I said, that's just my own personal opinion. If you just, you know, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying that you should collect every format. I don't want people to think that I'm just saying you should collect Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS, and Laserdisc. I'm not saying that, you know. Like I said, I think if you just collect one format, then that's great. Collect whatever format you want. You know, if you want to just collect Blu-ray, that's great. You know, go out and buy the next movie on Blu-ray. If you just want to collect VHS, then head on over to eBay. I'm sure you can find some awesome tapes, you know, there, you know. So, and I'm not trying to say you should collect every format. I just think it's wrong for someone to tell someone else that the format that they enjoy collecting is wrong and that they should not collect it because, according to them, it's a waste of money. Well, anyway, guys, I hope that I made sense in this video. You know, like I said, I want to start doing a lot of more of these videos because I've been seeing a lot of things going on in the collecting community that I disagree with, and a lot of things that I do agree with, and I want to start doing, you know, sharing my opinion on them. And this format, I guess you would call it the format wars. I've heard it be called that. You know, like, I remember VHS and Laserdisc, you know, I've heard that being called the format wars, and for a while it was like Blu-ray and HD DVD. I know people who still collect HD DVDs, and that's cool too, and I know that there was like a format war between them. Well, now it seems like there's a format war between Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS sometimes. And like I said, I truly think that this is just something that it divides the movie collecting community, and I really don't like to see that. I don't like to see the community that I'm a part of, the community that I love. I don't like seeing it be divided in a certain way over things like this. You know, there's a lot better topics and better issues that we should talk about in the community. And being angry at someone or saying something negative about someone because they don't collect the same format that you do, it's wrong, I think. You know, and I just hope it stops. You know, I really do. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As I said in my intro video, I want to see a discussion on this. You know, feel free to leave your comment down below. Leave a video response if you want. You know, tell me what you think. Do you see this as a problem in the collecting community, or do you see it as, you know, as just a small little thing that will eventually pass? You know, let me know down in the comments, because I really want these videos to start. I want to start getting discussion from these videos, because I think that these are topics that I see affecting the community, and I don't see it talked about a whole lot personally. Maybe I'm not watching the right videos, but I don't see a whole lot of people talking about these topics, and I think that they should be talked about. So, like I said, leave your thoughts down below in any way you want. Comment, video response, do whatever. Do whatever you choose. Anyway, guys, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to everybody for subscribing, and I do plan on doing a lot more of these videos soon. And like I said, no matter what format you collect, Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, go for it. Just don't ever let anyone tell you that what you are collecting is wrong. Anyway, guys, thanks everyone for watching. I do have a review coming up soon. It's a review from a film that someone sent to me, and I hope to get that up by this weekend, so I'll probably see you all then. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the week.